Let's look at factoring trinomials. In this one, we're going to look at trinomials where they have a coefficient of 1 on the x squared. Let's look at this one. We want to figure out what two numbers can multiply to the last number here, 2, and those same two numbers have to add up to the coefficient of x, in this case 3. So we have to look at that, think for a little bit. What two numbers can multiply to 2? Well, we know 2 and 1 can. 2 times 1 would be 2, and that works for the bottom as well. 2 plus 1 equals 3. So the numbers we figure out there have to work for both of these. And those will be the factors that we write in our factored form: x plus 2 and x plus 1. And that's our factored version of this trinomial. Let's look at another example. X squared minus 5x minus 6. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to figure out what can multiply to this last number here, negative 6. And what can we add up to the middle number there, negative 5. And we have to do some thinking. Well, what multiplies to 6? We know maybe 6 and 1, but I also need to get a negative. Now, if I want to add up to negative 5, well, I should put the negative on the 6. So that's what we do. Negative 6 plus 1 will be negative 5. Negative 6 times 1 will be negative 6. And those will be our factors. So we'll get x minus 6 and x plus 1. And that's our factor version. So we're done with the problem if they want us just a factor. We can also look at it, and what's nice about factoring is that you can check and see if you did it correct by just multiplying it out. So let's check that we did it correct by multiplying. We're going to check our answer there. If I multiply this out, I should get the original x squared minus 5x minus 6. So let's do that. X times x will give me x squared. X times 1, I'll get 1x. Negative 6 times x, I get negative 6x. And negative 6 times 1, I get negative 6. Then I go ahead, add up our like terms. I get negative 5x. And I get x squared minus 5x minus 6. Right? And we can see that's what we had originally. X squared minus 5x minus 6. So indeed we did it correct. X squared minus 6 times x plus 1 is the correct factored version. Let's look at another example here. We have to go ahead and figure out, well, what is going to multiply to 20, right? What multiplies to this number here, and what adds up to the middle number, the coefficient of x, including the sign, the negative 9. So factors of 20, 20 times 1, no, those won't add up to 9. 4 times 5, oh, 4 times 5 look like a good candidate. 4 times 5, 4 times 5. Now I need to add up to negative 9 though. So I need actually both of these to be negative. Let's see if that works. Negative 4, negative 5, negative 4 times negative 5, that does equal positive 20. Two negatives will cancel, make a positive. So those are our two factors that we want. X minus 4 times x minus 5. And that'll be our answer. Let's get one more, our last one for this video. Here we want to do the same thing. want to figure out what multiplies to negative 6. So what multiplies to our negative 6 there? And what's going to add up to the coefficient of the x? And it's missing something. It's missing the coefficient. Let's write that in as a placeholder, a 1. It's a 1. So again, we take our time, figure out what can multiply to negative 6, and add up to 1. Well, 6 times 1 would work, but I can't add up to 1 with that. What about 2 and 3? 2 and 3 looks like a good candidate. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. And I need to put the negative on the 2 here. 3 minus 2 will be 1, and negative 2 times 3 will be negative 6. So those are going to be our factors. X minus 2 and x plus 3. Alright, and that'll wrap it up for this video.